Okay, IRA should never be in your mattress. I mean, the power of compound interest, as Einstein told us, is the eighth wonder of the world. But we have to do it in stages. Is this a good level? If you have nothing in the market, yes, I would put money to work right here. I typically put money to work at 1/12 every single month. I have to tell you, I'm holding back. I need the market to be down 10 to 15%, at lower end 15% before I want to start putting money in. We're not there yet. Okay, when the market was at 10,800 going to 6,600, I said, if you need your money from any time in the next 5 years, you should sell all your stocks. It was a call that was dead right, and yet it didn't matter. People still regret it, even though I said when Mark Haynes called a bottom, it's time to get back in. I don't even see, and I was willing to do that much to the detriment, I believe, of my career, even though I was right. But I felt I had to because there was systemic risk. There is no systemic risk right now. There is absolute cyclical risk, and it can be really bad in other countries. So I'm waiting for the S&P 500 multiple to go down to 15% with the 10-year well under 1.75. That will be attractive for many of the dividend stocks. We're not using terms like buy. That's silliness. This is a bear market. You don't do that. This is not something to be taken lightly. Wells Fargo had a good quarter. Wells Fargo is one of the biggest positions of Warren Buffett. Wells Fargo delivered a fine quarter, but you did want to see interest rates go higher for them to make more money. What do I think of Wells Fargo? I think it's fine. We own a fraction alerts. I'd like to buy some more at 45. I think that Chuck Robbins is doing a terrific job at Cisco. Now, does that matter? Not one whit. We got a story today about how the numbers are probably going to come in at the low end. I wouldn't take a long-term view at Cisco. It's the survivor. It's done everything right. If you could buy that thing at 10 times earnings with a 4% yield, I think you'd be nuts not to. Does that mean it can sell at 9 times earnings and a 5% yield? Anything can happen in this crazy market if oil keeps going down. But I think the idea that Cisco is not a buy when it yields this level and it has this low of PE, I think that that's probably wrong. Corning I have no interest in whatsoever because a lot of his class goes into TVs. That's a discretionary purchase. I don't want to be linked to discretionary purchases right now. Ship finance is very bad. There's too many ships. By the way, I'm not talking dry bulk, where I think there's going to be a lot of bankruptcies. I just know Herbjorn Hansen still has a lot of room in his ships. That's Nordic American Tanker. That's good business. Nordic American will do well. But no, I mean, we got to take a cautionary view because what happens is people conflate oil tankers with dry bulk. They shouldn't. They're very different markets. But that's going to bring down the oil tankers. That's where the buy comes in. 6-month, 12-month growth, if you can get Kroger at 35, I think that's terrific. It's an all-domestic company. It's doing quite well. Hain's brand is doing well, too. I've been working on the idea that you can start thinking about Columbia Sportswear and Deckers because it's so cold out. Of course, not here because the quarter's going to be bad. But I have no problem buying Hain down 10%. I have no problem buying Kroger down $3. Both the Tyson and Hormel are terrific. They're coming down. If I wanted to start, I think Tyson's much more commodity-oriented than Hormel, but Hormel was one of the best-performing stocks last year. I would buy a little Hormel here. I would wait till Tyson comes in a little. American Tower, here's the problem. I mean, people are looking at Sprint. They're looking at the debt of Sprint, which happens to be big in the high yield, HYG. I've been reading what Carlton English has been saying, and James Passeri. You've got to read them. I'm telling you, they know these credit markets better than anybody. And I'm worried about Sprint. If I'm worried about Sprint, then I got to be worried about American Tower. I got to be worried about SBA. I just have to, because you can't just be aggressive if one of the major players has to cut back big on spending, and that Sprint balance sheet is quite bad.
To get more of Jim Cramer's investing ideas, as well as a peek at other stocks he owns in his multi-million-dollar charitable trust portfolio, subscribe to Action Alerts Plus. Sign up for Action Alerts Plus at getcrameredge.com. That's getcrameredge.com.